So today I'm going to be doing a project where we're going to be getting some storage up in the ceiling in my basement here. Got skis from the ski season. These end up being a pain to try to store somewhere. So I've got boots, I've got skis, got some other stuff around the corner, a snowboard, that type of thing. And we're going to get them up into a suspended shelving unit just from nothing fancy, just some leftover lumber out in the garage, and see how it goes. So we got all the lumber down here. Got some leftover, this is called car siding. Got a fake bevel in it. You put it up and it's got this kind of tongue and groove in it. You put these together and it's got that bevel it goes into. So that's as wide as it's going to be. That's basically how many we have, so that's what it's going to be. 2x4s in here, cut those. They're going to be mounted up in the floor joists up there. And let's go get some tools. So really pretty minimal tools for this job. Not going to be very complicated. You can use a circular saw, grab the drill, and as always you want to check the battery before you head downstairs. This Milwaukee's got a little LED indicator on the side. It can tell you how much battery is left. And then on these DeWalt batteries, just like any Milwaukee or anything like that, you got a little indicator telling you how much life is left. It's got two out of 3 bars, and it's a 60 volt. So this is a new tool set from DeWalt. Ends up having a lot of power. They had 20 volt and then they went to 60 volt. Got this 60 volt this summer and absolutely love it. For a project like this, I'd usually bring down the air nailer and have a pneumatic nailer that will hammer those things up in the joists really fast. But quite frankly, it's nice in a situation like this to be able to take things apart. So I've got some screws left over. I'm going to screw it all together. I've got some 3.5-inch check screws from a previous project. Circular saw, we're going to pre-drill some holes, and then the old tool belt. Gotta have a tool belt. Good stuff. So we determined that the width is going to be 27.5 inches. All of these boards together are 27, so I want to give myself a little bit of leeway. So we're going to cut some 2x4s for the bottom part of this. That's going to be 27 inches, 27.5 inches wide. We'll put up 3 different brackets up in those walls and or up in the ceiling. That way we have not having a sag in it when we put stuff in there. We have our 3 brackets cut. We just need to see how far down we want to bring it down into the ceiling. So, don't want it to come down too far, but you want it down far enough so we can see what skis are up there next year and not having to, duck as we go underneath it because it's too low either. So I measured out the height that we want from the ceiling. I want to have at least 16 inches down from the joists, mainly because that's how tall my ski boots are. So I want to be able to fit those in. And then we got my daughter's snowboard boots here. I want to make sure those fit up above in the floor joists. So we're going to have at least 16 inches of clearance there. So I've got all these guys ready to go. Whenever you're putting something up, just a tip, it's always easier, especially with screws, pre-drill everything and then put the screws in there. So before I put these up, I'll have a drill in my hand. I'll be trying to hold this by myself. I'm just going to put these screws in and get them started before I end up putting them up in the ceiling. That way it ends up being a lot easier when you put it up there. So I've got these marks on here now. Marks on the board. I got the screws set. The screws are going to go toe-nailed. I guess not toe-nailed, toe-screwed into the floor joists. And then they're going to go, 3 of them, all the way along these joists. So I just have to simply measure out which ones I want to land them on, and we'll be done in no time. And there we go. We got the supports all done. They're up in the ceiling. Last thing to do is to put these boards up in there and see how they fit. So what I wanted to do is just put all 4 of those together and slide them right up in there, but then we had this sewer pipe in the way, so I couldn't get the clearance that I wanted to get them all up there at once, but it worked out. That's why I'm glad we had that extra 1/2 inch clearance, making them from the width, and now I'll put some skis up there. There you have it, folks. Took about 45 minutes to get that shelving unit up in the ceiling. And skis, snowboards, boots are all up there off the floor. We got way more space, and there's my dog. Time to clean up, be done, get some dinner, and join me on the next one. Thanks.